Hello everybody and welcome to part 4 of our Unity 3D Android FPS tutorial series. Today we're going to be talking about draw calls and we're going to put together a basic level. While we're working on this first part, you'll want to go to here. I found this. Mr. Smythe has been nice enough to give the community a set of sci-fi tile set. The thing is that they are quite high poly and have quite a high amount of draw calls. So that's why we're going to be talking about batching today and also compression. So you want to just click on download here. I've already downloaded it. So while it's downloading on your computer, we're going to go over some quick compression stuff. I'll link this in the description, this thing here. As you can see, part 3 is uploading. Yay! So we're just going to... It's very, very nice set, but not meant for mobile, but we're going to fix that. So the first thing you want to do is right-click, go Import Package, and import the scripts. You want to untick all and just tick these two, and then click Import. After that, you'll want to set up a basic level. I'm going to redo this. So you want to set up just create a new level, doesn't really matter. Control-Shift-N, just create your objects. Doesn't even matter how I spell it. And just create a few different types of objects. Create a sphere, a capsule, and a cylinder, say. And just space those out a bit. Like that. And just drag them into the objects. Now we'll just duplicate these a couple of times. And drag them back a bit. Let me fill some gaps. Now, if you know anything about Unity, you'll know that draw calls is a big issue when it comes to games. So, especially mobile games. So if you have a look here, we have how many objects? 21. And that's going to produce 21 draw calls. So if we just click play, it's going to have 21 draw calls, and that's not really the amount that we want. We want at probably maximum 100 in a game, and 21 just for a couple of objects in the scene is a lot. So you're going to want to click on the objects thing, go Component, Mesh, Combine Children. Now this is a tool that Unity has included, and if you click play now, watch this. A single draw call for all of these objects here. That just creates a combined mesh here of everything. So it only has to produce one draw call. The one downside about this, though, is that you can only group together objects that have the same texture. So if I put that on there, as you see, it'll create two combined meshes in here. Create two draw calls for the different types of objects. So one there and one there. So say if I made the whole front row of these the hands texture. And the sapshul. Now we'll still have two draw calls, but all the front ones, the front meshes here, wrong one, this one. All these front meshes will be combined into one, which isn't bad. You can do it to a whole level and probably cut down your draw calls by like 99%. So if you have fast enough internet, your download should have finished. So we just want to import that now. So we'll just, don't worry about that scene. Import package, custom package. Want to go to our downloads and the industrial kit. Sci-fi kit. I want to pause the video as it's importing because it can take a little while. So I'll see you when it's finished. Okay, so it's finished importing. So you're just going to want to open it up. And you see you have all your models here. I don't know if they have level of detail. I do not think they do. So let's just prefabs builder kit. So we're just going to go into the prefabs builder kit because that's got pretty much everything already prefab for us. And it's got combined children on it already for us. But we're going to want to do more than just combine those children. We're going to want to combine everything. So let's create, let's actually go to our original scene that we have and we'll start building in that. So let me just close this up. Scenes. That's right, it's in standard assets mobile. Control setups, first person setup. Don't save. So we're going to actually want to go save scene as in scenes, and we'll just go dev level, not level, and then go into the industrial kit. So we're going to want to actually go full screen for this in this scene view. So we're always going to want to have the player start off in the 0, 0, 0 position. That's what a lot of people got wrong in the last tutorial series, is if you try to drag the player, as you see, no, not turn, drag the player, you see that the controls will move. You always have to have him start at 0, 0, 0. That's not a big deal because you can just move the world around him, since it's an unlimited world. So we're going to want to go into the prefab kit, structure. We're going to want to go, we'll just go black walls for now. And we'll look for a cool looking wall. Let's go for type 03 on, since there's a couple of tricks you can do. So we'll want to -90 this, 90 this actually. I'm an idiot, I keep saying the wrong way. So I'm going to want to get rid of this. Get rid of it. So as you see, this is quite high detail. So we're going to actually, some of this around the outside we can fix just by clicking on here. You see none of these are compressed. So as we work with them, we're going to go and compress them. So clamp, trilinear, turn bitmaps off for now, we'll see how it looks. That on, actually we'll just go clamp for now there. Actually no, if we're going to be using that, we'll have to actually tile it. So we're going to want to change that to etc best compression apply. As you see, it should get rid of all that yuckiness like that. That's very nice the way it looks right now, I think. So we're also going to want to go to the wall normal. Go here, generate bitmaps, trilinear, 6, oh no, not etc. Oh, that and read write enabled. As you can see, that looks a lot nicer than what it did look like. Has a lot more pop. But there is one downside to this, which I think will show up. Let me just flip this around a bit. 180. Bring it to here. Whoops, not up, across the ground. So if you see here, we got 19 draw calls. That's not bad. What if we turn off? Where's the mesh combine script on this thing? There isn't any. You also want to turn off shadows, since we're on a mobile. So there's no mesh combine script on this thing. So you want to also get rid of that animation. Let's apply it. Static, yes. That'll save a couple more draw calls. So let's see how many we have before. Before we put on the script, we have 19. If we, under here, if we were to go here and go mesh, no, not a mesh renderer, that was silly. Mesh combine children, and then run it, we still have 19 draw calls, and it's gone. Not allowed to access colors on mesh. Okay, that's because I think our texture, or the material or texture on one of our objects is not, has not been set to read-write. So that's read-write. That's read-write. That's read-write. That is not. So we'll want to go into here, read-write, enable it. Repeat, trilinear, 6, etc, best, apply. So now if we try and run it, it shouldn't give us any errors. It still gave us an error. It's not allowed to access colors. Get normals, get tangents, get vertices. Let's actually try and move this onto here instead. Mesh, combine children. Still giving us that error, even though everything on here is read-write enabled. Mobile, specular. Looks terribad. It's very brighty-lightish. Self-illuminated. Mobile. Bump specular. Let's see if I can do a bump specular one. We'll see if, well, one directional light does. Makes it a bit darker, a bit nicer. So I'm guessing, yeah, we're still getting those errors. So what is it erroring on? It's creating the combined meshes. It's got them created. But for some reason, it's got them created. They're apparently there, but it's not allowed to access the normals on the mesh that it's created. Let me have a look at this actually. Double click. Double click. Here it is. Read write, it's read write enabled. Why are you opening? Oh, go away. Damn Crytek. Errors. Let me just quickly fix this. Close 3ds Max. Close 3ds Max. Go away. No one loves you. So yeah, for some reason... Oh my god, seriously. For some reason this isn't working. Let's turn off generate triangle strips for a sec. Is it still giving us the errors? Yes, it is. So this is weird. Not allowed to go get triangles on mesh. Combined mesh. Let's have a look at the code. It's got the combined mesh. Why is it not allowed to access it? Let's try something for a second. Let me actually try doing something. Let's get rid of this wall for a second, and we'll just drag in a just a normal one. Let's drag that in for now. It's good enough. 90. Oops. Negative 90. 180. Like that. So now we've got that. Let's try duplicating it a few times and see how many drill calls we get. We got 10 drill calls. So let's create a bunch more. A funch more or a bunch more? A funch. So we got 10 drill calls. How many do we have now? Still 10, but it's batching some of them, which is pretty much what Unity does by default. But of course we could always go in and go walls and combine them all into one instance when the game starts. So mesh, combine children, start. As you see, 10 drill calls, and we don't have any say by batching because they're all one object. These are all one singular object, which is quite nice. So we can lay out like a whole level, which we're going to do now, and not have to worry about constraints or stuff like that on draw calls, because most of them are going to be combined at runtime anyway. So let's just optimize a couple of these textures to look a bit nicer. So we got a bit of shininess. We'll turn that up a little bit like that. So we've got that. The only problem is that it's not going to look as nice as if we had it on the PC version, because there's no real shadows. But we can fix that with a third-party plugin later. So we're just going to lay out a room of a level. So just grab a couple of these. Duplicate. Control D once again if you don't know, or if you're new to the series, even though you shouldn't really be. New to the series, you should watch the previous tutorials. So we're going to want to duplicate these. Control D. Make them 90 degrees, and that was silly. I'm going to just take one for now, and just line it up. And then do the same over and over again until you have a... Why did I copy that? Duplicate it. And by the way, to snap, you hold down V, and you hold down V here, click on one point, drag it to a second point, and then let go. It's probably the best tool that's included in Unity. So we'll drag this over again, like that. We're also going to be getting rid of the floor as well, because this floor is really bugs. 4. And then finish up our last wall, which should be a negative 90-degree angle. Doodles. Right there. So when this renders, it'll all only be one draw call. Every single wall will be single draw call, which is very nice for games like mobile games, because if you get too high draw calls, everything's going to be screwed. So see, we still got 10 draw calls in this nice level. So as you see, we've got a little bit of like cross-hatching. So we're going to want to go to the normal, is it the normal map? We'll go to the normal map and we'll turn on map mapping. As you see, we still have normal. Does it make that big of a difference? Not really. So, and then we'll get rid of that ugly, and then we'll want to also do it to the texture as well. So we're going to want to click on the texture, generate maps. Hopefully it doesn't go all ugly. Oh, it's still good. So now, if you look far away, it'll be a bit nice to look at. So now we're going to do the floor. So we're going to want to delete this original floor. We're going to want to go into structure, floor. We're going to want to select a nice floor. One that'll tile quite nicely. Something like... We'll actually do a couple of different ones for the floor. Like that one. That looks quite nice. Duplicate. Paste. We're going to want to create a new one called floor. We're going to want to click on floor, component, mesh, combine. We can just, no, don't want to duplicate floor, we want to duplicate the objects that are in floor. And paste. Like that. So I'm actually going to want to go into this texture as well and fix it up a bit. Bitmaps on, read write on, repeat, trilinear, 6, etc, best compression. I'll fix up all that dodginess that's on the texture there. And now we go to the normal map. Normal map. Generate bitmaps. Repeat. Trilinear. 6. That one. Okay, so now we're going to want to go here and go mobile bump specular. As you see, it gets rid of a lot of the darkness, dullness to it. But it can still look good if we do a couple of effects later. So again, we're going to want to... I'm actually going to duplicate this. Do a 180 on it. And drag it over into this corner over here. Like that. So as you see, we have this. So I'm just going to quickly negative 90 this, I think it is. Yes, it is. I'll do a different one for the center. So we'll go floor. Look for that great one that I saw, this one. Drag that in. Line it up with that. And start messing around with the textures. Make it less labor intensive for the mobile CPU, since we don't want to blow up people's devices. Not yet, at least. Bye bye dodginess. Hello, good compression. So, let's just continue doing this till we. I always do that for some reason. That one, nice. Mobile, bump, specular, one directional light. I want to do it for these as well. Mobile, bump, specular, one directional light. Save. So we got this second type of floor. So let's just duplicate. Snap. Snap again, just like that. So we'll just go floor type 05, floor type 02 we need to make. Floor type 02. Like that. And then of course again we're going to want to do the mesh combine children. And we're going to want to let's try and make these static actually. Completely staticize them. I think that's the word. Make them a static. Okay, we got an error here. What is that error? Something to do with, the double. There's two textures on this one. For some reason it does not like two textures. This mesh combiner. What happens what happens if I go one? Yeah, it works. Do apply. And then run it. Still getting errors. Why? You only have one material? Let me disable these middle floors for a sec. Still getting error. Still getting error. Why? Oh, because he's stolen. Let's play. Still getting it. That's fucking weird. Let me just enable these for a sec. Hide them. Just going to quickly drop these into some prefabs so I can see what the problem is. Prefab, delete, prefab, delete, play. I'm still getting errors on these walls for some reason, even though it was working perfectly a few minutes ago. Is it because it's static? Yes, it's because it's static. You can't make them static, I don't think. Okay. Run. And you see we have 11 draw calls for everything, which is very nice. So now we're going to want to do the roof. The roof. Prefab builder, structure, ceiling. Like that one. Right there. And then we'll drag this in, I guess. Just drag it over to the... Whoops. Oh, whoopsie. Woo! Okay. So, now that we've done that, let's compress this. There's two different ones. Let me just grab a point light and check this out. Like that. Let me have a look at this. So we've got, what is the other material for? Oh, it's just for that, isn't it? Oh, it's just for that. We don't need that then. So just one texture will do. See if we can do a self-illuminated bumped specular. Illumination will be the ceiling illumination. Does that actually make a difference? Not really. darkens it if anything. I said this might be quite expensive. See if there's a self-illuminated sphere bump specular one directional light. Let's go bump specular actually. Ooh. Bump specular. One directional light, and then we will actually do a little trick here, which is grab a directional light, duplicate it, and then just do a little spinny like this. Where's it facing? It should be facing up. Oh. 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 That's not really making a difference, except on the gun. No, I'm specular. What? What? Hold up. Control Z. Control Z. Delete that. Grab this one. Drag it across. Zero it out. Okay, so let's rotate this up. Why is it not affecting that? Why? Why are you not affecting it? Now let me just try optimize textures first, because they are pissing me off. Here, trilinear, 6, UTC, best apply. Forgot read write. Did a dumb. Da 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 da. Turn on bitmaps. Turn on bitmaps. Come on. Okay. So here, repeat, trilinear, 6, that one, on, go. Okay. So that directional light still is dicking with me. Whoa. Oh, that's why. Because we got two directional lights pointing on the same thing. Okay, so we're going to want to actually separate these layers for now. So for the walls and floor, we're going to want to add a layer. We're going to call this level bottom. Tag that. Make it so that this affects everything but level bottom. Oh no, affects everything. We want to set another. It's not going to work into it. Level top, and tag this to level top. So now we're going to want to set this directional light to not affect level top, and then this one not to affect level bottom. Just like that. Yeah. So now we're gonna go Control-Shift-N, ceiling type 02, drag that in, duplicate, like that, and we'll just tile these across the whole thing for now. So tile, Control D, not T, what am I thinking of? Whoops. There. That line up. Like that. Control D. D, there. And there we have it. So let's add a mesh combine children and see how this looks. 13 draw calls. Let's turn all these off. see how many draw calls we have. We have 13, but 15 saved by batching, which still count as draw calls. So if we turn that on, we have 13 flat draw calls for our little scene here. So I'm just gonna create a new one called worlds, walls, floor, ceiling, drag it into world, like that. Now, if you have Unity Pro, you can do a thing called occlusion culling, which pretty much cancels this all out. But if you're using this, you won't really need to use occlusion culling because it's combining all the meshes. You can always do occlusion culling and not add the combining meshes, but I'm guessing most people that have this don't have Unity Pro. Let me just quickly drag that into there and that into there. You can see they're all like this. We'll just go dev level, drag this in to there. Perfect. So we'll just add a little bit of scenery. I'm actually going to tone down this, make it a bit darker. Drag down this light a bit. And this light a bit. A teeny bit. Because there we go, like that. And then we'll actually bring down the ambient light as well. Like that. Give it a nice gloomy feel. But we won't want that to affect the player either, so we want to actually have the player on a layer called player. That rhymed, fuck yeah. So we won't want to have any of these. You want to have the down one. Oops, what did I do? Player. Not affect player. Actually no, we'll have this one affect player. We'll have this one not affect player. So that we don't get that underglowy look. We're still getting it though for some reason. You're on, because we haven't put him on layer play yet. Yes, like that. So we don't get that underglowy look in our game. And then we have a very nice 12 draw call game. So we're just going to add a couple of point lights in the ceiling. Point light. Just add one here, say. This is just for illumination. One there. One there. One there, say. And one there. And then we'll make them every second one. So drag it across. Control D. Drag it across to here. That's all we really need. Like that. So we'll drag these into the world. We will bake, change those to static, and as you see we have some nice illumination now. So let's add a few more things into the level. I'm actually going to turn up this base one a little bit because it looks kind of dodgy. Turn that up a teeny bit. Draw halo. Directional light, no cookie. Another cool little thing you can do for these point lights is add a flare. So you can go assets, import package, we'll go light flares. Import them all, doesn't matter. And then go to point light, click on all the point lights you may as well. Go flare. We'll just give it a 50mm zoom. My eyes! Small flare, like that. So now when we play the game, you'll see that we have little flares. But that looks kind of dodgy. Sun. So yeah, there's a couple of flare packs you can get online. I'm gonna get one while this is off, while I'll stop recording. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about one right now. So let's just add a couple of things from this pack around the scene. So we'll go prefabs, props, other. We'll grab a crate, not a create. Create? Is that so? mobile, one specular, one directional light. See, that actually quite nicely holds the thing, but this will be on level bottom, so it'll only have the light coming from the top. Turn up the specularity a bit. Go to the crate, crate. That's really going to piss me off. That could actually be, I'm just going to keep it as repeat for now though. It could be clamp, depending on what your preference is. That should fix up all that ugly assness and make it look quite sexy. Keep that on. Read write enabled. The read write enabled is very important for batching because it has to read the materials like that. So now we've got a crate. I'm gonna turn them on their side a bit, stack them, do some stuff. I'm just gonna go crate here, crate type 01, just sort of skew that a bit, duplicate it, sort of why am I duplicating that? Duplicate it, drag it across, bring it around a little bit like that. I'm not a pro level designer, I suck at it, but I'm just doing what I can to make it look half decent for you guys. You can do what you want, or you can do what I do, you can do what you want, doesn't really matter. For now, we're just going to make these not move, because we don't really need them to move. So we will put a mesh combiner on these, mesh, combine, and we will change, oh it's already changed, okay, must have done that already. So play, and 15 draw calls, that includes all those, but that's still got the bottom light on it? Why has it still got the bottom light on it? Still got some base illumination for some reason. Oops. Not in... let's go to the point lights. They have no shadow on them. Let's see if it is the point lights. No, it is not the point lights. I think it is the directional lights. Directional light, mixed. Is it this light? Yeah, it's that light. That's weird. It looks like it's being illuminated from underneath. Oh well. So let's add a couple more things into the scene. Say we'll close that up for now. We'll go electronic. We'll add a panel that's on. I wonder if there's any way to actually get a illuminated mobile illuminated version. So negative 90, negative 180. Say go here, whoop, go here. Go mobile, specular, turn that up a bit, get rid of all that, that looks terrible. Trilinear, 6, etc, best compression. Forgot read write enabled again. So, is there a normal map? Yes there is. We'll just change this normal map as well. Repeat, trilinear, 6, 65. And then this will not be affected by, this will be level bottom. Yes. Drag this in to world. We'll just go panels. And then we'll also put another one on here, even though we don't have anything, but later on if we want to add some more around, say, actually yeah, I'll just duplicate this and put one, say, over here, on this wall here. 90, I'll just go 90, like that. And there we go. So yeah. Got a couple of things in the world that we're gonna add. Gonna add a couple more other thing, others. That one. Let's add some stairs to nowhere. For now at least. Oh, they actually look pretty cool. Let's add a window over here. Let's grab these two. Delete them for now. And grab that. And then go 90, is it? No, negative 90? And drag that into that place. That fits quite nicely actually. So you can see there's actually a texture. This is multiple textures, so this won't be able to be batched, but it doesn't matter. So I want a mobile bump specular. Mobile bump specular one directional light. I'm going to want to go and fix up some of these thingies. Trilinear 6. That one. I already clicked that one. That. And it maps on fly. Blah, blah, blah. So now that it's got that, I'll fix up the normal map as well. Normal map, read write, 65, 6, trilinear, apply. Then we'll go, don't want to cast or receive shadows. We want to go a mobile bump specular one directional light. Change up some of this stuff. Actually, are these all the same? Yeah, they're all without. Yeah, they're all the same res, so we can just go here. Turn on here, 2048, best, trilinear, 6, apply. Wait till it finishes applying. Importing. Close that. So this is going to be quite a long one, probably an hour. So I'll pause it until it's finished importing. Okay, so it's imported. We'll go and do the normal maps now. All these normal maps here. So advanced, generate, trilinear. I'll just go 2048 so that we can get the best size. That's it. It should take that long. Yep, done. So now we're going to want to tune every one of these. Not really. Tune, it's a bad word. Mobile, bump specular, one directional light. Want to go mobile, transparent. Can I go transparent? Diffuse? I'll just go transparent, bump specular. That's expensive. Transparent, diffuse. Bump specular. Let's drag up some of these specularity maps. Oops. So let's now make this so that this is only if this is on the top bottom level. You can't see shit. It's really dark. That is really dark. You just staticize that. How dark is that in the game? Player. We'll go left touchpad. No, right touchpad because that's for moving. That's for looking around. That's pretty dark. Yeah, that is pretty dark. Why is that going through the wall? I fixed that problem. That's really dark. Let's see what we can do here. What if I do level top? Defaults, level top. But, it's another problem. So let me add in another directional light temporarily and flip it this way. I'll reset its position 0, 0, flip it this way 90 degrees. Make this a new layer, just go level window. I have a window, affect nothing but level window. Bring down the brightness a bit. Might just sort of blend into that. So, why is that different? Let me try doing them just mobile, not specular. Ugh. If I was to get rid of that, and just do default level bottom, yeah, that wouldn't work out that well. It's very dark. Oh well, we'll just live with that for now. Don't need this third directional light. Oops. So, on the other side we'll just do something like grab a couple of these walls here, duplicate, we'll just drag them over here, make it the scene unlit for a second. Let's do this, 180 it, do it there, oops, yep, there. Grab some of these floorings. Drag that into the corner. Is that an actual? Yeah, that is. Just wondering. Duplicate. Drag it to there. Grab some of these. May as well just grab 4 of them. Put it here. Slide it up to here. And then grab one of these walls. -90. And drag that to there. Now let's grab a point light. What did that do? Let's untag these from level bottom, we can default, and then we can put a point light in here. Game object, create other point. Will that affect it? Nothing but everything. I should just affect default. Nothing but default. Why is that not affecting it? That's weird. I'm going to have a look at this. These ones are untagged, they're static. We shouldn't have those on. So why do point, what about a spotlight? Does spotlight work? Rotate. No, spotlight doesn't want to work either. Area light, directional, ugh. Point light doesn't seem to do shit. So yeah, it's just a matter of screwing around with it till you get what you want, like that. That should be more transparent. But it's not. Oops, transparent diffuse. That should be more transparent. Let me try transparent mobile particles additive. Ow. Mobile particles multiply. Something like that. There we go. Still got the dullness around it, but you got the nice effect now. Sort of like that. And then you can just add in some stuff here. I'll copy these crates that we have here and just drag a couple of them into here. Like that. So, now we have a basic level setup with another room. Still wish I could use a point light in here, but for some reason I cannot. Let me just give it one more try before I stop recording. Let's grab these crates. Make them default. Is this point light affecting them? Point light, where's the point light that's in here? Point light? There. This point light is not affecting them. What if I put like red or green or something? Is it going to affect them? No, it's not. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. Get rid of this point light. And yeah, so I'll screw around with some point lights, see if I can get it to work for next tutorial series. For next, not tutorial series, for next episode. So until then, I'll see you guys later.